Correct.
All right. That leads us right into the next question. It says, is splitting up your stake a good idea? Does anyone do that? Or what do you think? Is splitting it up a good idea? Multiple pools?
I can take that question if you want, as a finance guy. So in the finance, there's this kind of, risk management framework that says, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So, and that has to do with the fact that, the performance across different assets has different characteristics. Now, it's not the same, I would say, from a purely performance perspective. From a protocol perspective, like the protocol produces 7% or something like that at the maximum point. So you cannot just game the system and put your money in a place where you could earn 15, for instance. It doesn't work that way. So the maximum you can earn is set, but different pool operators might have different risk profiles, right? As I was talking to you, if there's a guy who doesn't pay attention to his pool and wakes up only one time at night, as opposed to people who wake up every 2 hours to check on their pool and check on the phone to see if they have notifications, then he might actually have an operational risk that that other people would not have. I mean, you can argue that you've automated everything, but down the road, I'll tell you that the pool operators that care, their efforts will show. So by spreading your stake to different pools, you minimize that risk that somebody didn't perform well. So that would be the only sort of kind of justifications. And, as Amanda was saying, there are pools that you would like to support. I really love Deadpool, I have to say. I've said it already, but, I really love Deadpool. I want you guys to be successful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, some people might find affinity with Deadpool. So, and they might just support them, in addition to whatever they're doing else. Yeah. I'll shut up now.
Thank you, Med.
I think the only thing you want to consider is kind of your individual risk management of your numerous wallets, numerous 24-word passphrases to keep your funds. And if you're methodical, if you can keep track of that sort of thing, no hesitation to split it if that's your motivation. If it's easier to just do one, set it, forget it. Both, I don't think you can go wrong as long as you're staking to a pool that's performing.
And I think it's a good idea to split it up too.
And eventually there's going to be a feature where you can split up your individual wallet within Daedalus. So there's going to be multi-pool delegation. So I don't know when that's going to come, but if you're doing this with anticipation that it won't come for years, that's probably not true. Maybe months away, maybe weeks away, who knows? So you'll be able to split it up eventually.
I'm actually very looking forward to that feature.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to help even out the pledge a little bit. It's going to benefit some smaller pools.
That's true.
Yeah. What the benefit is of splitting it up is you can put some people, I've seen some analysis where they have an optimal zone, like between 5 million and 150 million, for example, somewhere in that zone, you get different benefits. But if you put a chunk of pledge on a medium-sized pool and you'll get consistent blocks. I said pledge, I meant stake. You put a chunk there and then you put a chunk on a small pool. When they hit a block, you're doing all right, right?
Yeah.
Remember you did an analysis where if a smaller pool were to hit a block every other epoch, depending on the distribution, you could have a higher ROS. It's possible, or there was some, but was that when D was greater than 0.8, or is that still applied today? I'm not sure if it still applies.
Yeah, I mean, this luck actually applies to whether it's a small pool or not, because what happens every epoch is that you are getting a decreased rewards. Every epoch, there is a less number of rewards being distributed. So I would say that all else equal, let's say take two pools, right? A and B, and the pool A got lucky in the first epoch, right? They produced all their blocks, or and then the pool B, produced 50% of their blocks. Even if after that one epoch they produced similar number of blocks, the pool B that got penalized, for instance, might never catch up to the pool A, because of the fact that the pool A had so much of a lead. But yeah, I mean, there are cases where you could argue that I was luckier, and but the protocol itself, the way that the VRF works, at least the chance part of it equalizes. Yes, you will never get those rewards that were in the beginning. That's for sure. So there's kind of a loss there if you were not lucky. But I haven't done a very detailed analysis, but I can tell you intuitively that there will be a small gap between the ones that actually got a lot of blocks in the first few epochs and the guys who were not lucky to get them.